Need cheap coins right now? Check out redzonecoins.com. For the very best discount available, use code DIRECTOR for 20% off. Kia ora, brothers. What's up? It's the Director. Chargers fans, I want to do something a little different today. Honestly, I got kind of busy and I was like, crap, I still want to put out a video today because I'm dying to talk about this. So we're just going to kind of wrap in today's video. I want to talk to you guys why I think Justin Herbert could be a top 10 quarterback in the NFL, even in his rookie season. And yeah, I'm talking top 10 out of all the professional football players that are in front of him, top 10 of all the quarterbacks that have been playing a full season. I think Justin Herbert has it in him to reach those milestones. And I really think the proof is in the pudding, dudes. Like, take a look here. Justin Herbert still is ahead of starting caliber quarterbacks in the league right now, even having only played 2 games. So a lot of these statistics I'm going to be showing you guys are Justin Herbert, even though he has missed a game, but he's like a game behind other NFL quarterbacks. Now, a lot of you guys are probably going to be saying statistics. Well, yeah, statistics still matter. Some people really hate bringing up statistics when it comes to quarterback because there is a lot of other things revolving around quarterback play that kind of ranks them in a lot of people's minds as to how good they are in comparison to other quarterbacks in the league. Me personally, I do think that stats still matter in some respect, and I do want to show you guys why I feel like his stats are showing that he does have a top 10 caliber this year. Now, before we get started, guys, hit us up with a like and sub if you do enjoy this Chargers content. Small amount of time you guys take to hit the like, sub, and bell notification helps out a lot. Let's get into this video. Lights, camera, action. Justin Herbert could be a top 10 quarterback in the league. Okay, so the first thing I want to do with you guys, and this video is being made because I was tinkering around at NFL.com and I was like, whoa, hang on. If you put into account this, and that, we could be looking at a really nice quarterback for the Chargers in the future. So you guys, having watched Justin Herbert's first couple of games, he's looked really, really good. I know that we did drop the win in the end, ultimately, but I also do feel like a lot of that does come down to our play calling, minor mistakes, and obviously the opponents that we were going up against. But at the same time, man, it's looking really good if you were a Justin Herbert backer before the draft or even just before the season. So taking a look at some of the passing leaders in the 2020 season right now, obviously you got Dak Prescott, you got Josh Allen, you got Matt Ryan. These are really impressive numbers, guys, for the time of the year that we're in right now. We're just about to get week 4 fired up. So Dak Prescott already over 1,000 yards is pretty commendable. He's going to have a really nice season as far as his passing yards are concerned. And same thing with Josh Allen, man. He's having himself a season. So where does Justin Herbert lie in these rankings right now? So if we're talking top 10 director, I need to see Justin Herbert somewhere around here, right? Well, no. Take a look at Justin Herbert's passing yards right now at 641. That's pretty good. I would say a lot of Chargers fans would agree that Justin Herbert is averaging around 300 yards a game. That's pretty crazy when you're talking about rookie quarterbacks. Is it sustainable? Probably not, but I do think there's a good shot that he reaches that close per game if he is the consistent starter this year. But just, for fun's sake, let's go ahead and say that Justin Herbert did play week 1 and that he did go for 300 yards, which is completely possible against the Cincinnati Bengals. So let's say at 300 yards more, he'd be at 941 yards. You guys want to see where this is? You guys want to see where Justin Herbert lands if he did put up 300 yards in his first game? He would be right here. 941 yards right here. Right in between Russell Wilson and Matt Ryan. Number 4 in the league passing yardage. Think about that for a sec. Justin Herbert, our rookie quarterback, would probably be up here in the top 10, at least, maybe even the top 5. Let's say he only went for like 280 yards his first game. He would still be up here. I think he would still just barely be above Russell Wilson. That's insane to me, guys. That's insane to me. And you also have to take into consideration here too, because a lot of people are going to be saying, well, director, he's a rookie, he's going to drop a lot of games, this and that. But there's also, there's a give and take to that argument. The take is, yeah, obviously he's a rookie. He's probably not going to have 300 yards a game for his career. But there's also the take, or whatever, the give, that what if Justin Herbert has a better game than 300 yards in any given game, which is completely possible in my mind with what I'm seeing. What if Justin Herbert had practiced with the first team all offseason long? That's huge. That's a huge what if to me as well. What if Justin Herbert had earned the starting position in camp? There's a lot of people that are kind of suspect to, like, what's going on with the Justin Herbert slash, Tyrod Taylor situation. So given that, what if Justin Herbert had all of these advantages coming into the season, having the first game under his belt and stuff too? I do firmly believe Justin Herbert would be somewhere right here. He'd be right, above or underneath Russell Wilson. And what's even more shocking is he's probably going to be above Patrick Mahomes, which is insane. Absolutely insane. Now, the big thing that we have to talk about Justin Herbert too is the touchdowns, though. The touchdowns aren't great. Russell Wilson right now, I don't know how in the freaking world that he's pulling this off, but 14 touchdowns through 3 games is incredible. Probably one of the best that I've ever seen in my lifetime. Josh Allen with 10, not to mention he's got some on the ground too, is incredible. Okay, so where's Justin Herbert? Well, you're not going to find him on this first page. We're going to have to go to page number 2 to find Justin Herbert right here at 2. So let's say on pace that he had 3. He'd be tied with guys like Sam Darnold, Jeff Driscoll, Nick Foles, and Phillip Rivers. Not great. That's what this is why you kind of look at statistics a little bit. I know, again, statistics don't tell the whole story. It doesn't. But sometimes they give you a compass, like in the Goonies, like, oh my God, that's the problem. You know what I mean? And the problem with Justin Herbert right now is converting into touchdowns in the red zone. Not all of that is his fault, however. We've seen some crazy stuff happen in the red zone. I would say the biggest thing, in my opinion, are the penalties. The Chargers, I don't know why, but through the last couple of weeks, we get into the red zone or near the red zone, and the penalties just start flying everywhere. You can't expect a rookie quarterback to put up a good number of touchdowns if you keep pushing him away from the end zone every time he gets close. I think getting to the red zone is something Justin Herbert has shown that he's very capable of doing, but converting those into touchdowns, if he can't stay in that area, it's really tough. The one touchdown he scored last week, or I should say week 2, that beautiful ball at the corner of the end zone to Jalen Guyton. That's a tough throw. And that's the kind of throws that he's been having to make if he's going to convert into touchdowns. Does that make sense? The other touchdown to Keenan Allen last week, that's a tough throw. I think it was somewhere in the 15-20 yard range. So he was in the red zone, I think. That was a tough throw, and he made it. What happens when we start giving Justin Herbert opportunities, inside the 10? He could run it in, which he's done once before too. I didn't even put that into factor here. He has ran for a touchdown, so a total of 3 touchdowns this year so far. He can run it in for a touchdown. Do you think it's a lot harder to pass for a touchdown on the 10-yard line or the 25-yard line? Yeah, 10-yard line, for sure. So we need to get better at keeping our team in the red zone when Justin Herbert gets into that range, because right now that number does not justify what I'm seeing on the field from him right now. It just doesn't. Now, 2 interceptions, 1 interception per start. That's on pace for what, like 16 interceptions, 15 interceptions? That needs to come down a little bit too, but those are rookie mistakes. Now, what happens if Justin Herbert does keep pace? What happens if he does keep pace with his passing yards? I completely forgot to talk about this. So on pace, guys like Dak Prescott and Josh Allen are going to look incredible. Okay? So let's say that Justin Herbert gets in or around 300 yards per game, throughout the rest of the season. Granted, if he is the starter. You guys want to know the number here? I already crunched the numbers. I already did the math. If Justin Herbert gets near or above or whatever, gets near 300 yards a game, which I think is completely possible, the number that I have pegged right here is 4,541 yards his rookie season. If he starts and if he keeps pace, he's on pace for 4,541 yards. That's wild. We're talking Andrew Luck rookie season kind of numbers. We're talking, Russell Wilson rookie year kind of numbers. I actually pulled up an article here if you guys want to take a look at it. I was taking a look at, some of the best rookie quarterback years of all time. At number 1 here is Ben Roethlisberger. He had 13 starts, threw for 2,621 yards and 17 touchdowns to 11 interceptions and 144 rushing yards and a touchdown. That's pretty good. Statistically, that's great. That's pretty good. And take a look at Dak Prescott, who is one that I've seen more recently. We've all seen more recently. So it was a really nice rookie season for him. 3,667 yards, 23 touchdowns. Add on another 282 yards on the ground with another 6 rushing touchdowns. That's incredible. So if we're talking about Justin Herbert reaching 4,541 yards his rookie year, which is possible. I don't care what you guys say in the comment section. I know we have a lot tougher opponents coming up. I know there's a lot of factors to put into account, but I believe in Justin Herbert. I really do, man. I'm sporting the number 10 right now. I think he's capable of doing it. Okay? I want to look at a couple more things here. And we're going to start to wrap this up. Completion percentage. Now, for a rookie quarterback, you're not expecting much. Let's actually say the QBR, your quarterback rating. You're not expecting much from a rookie quarterback, right? Well, still, given all that, I mean, there's some quarterbacks that probably shouldn't be on this list right now. Robert Griffin only threw, a couple of times. Taysom Hill only threw a couple of times. Who else did we have up here? There's a couple of guys. There's a few guys on here that are just kind of messing up the list. Okay. Average QBR rating so far, I would say Ryan Fitzpatrick's still really good. Tom Brady's still really good. We have to go to page number 2 to find Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert, his rookie season in the first 2 games, QBR rating of 90.5. That's not bad. It's not great. It ranks 32 in the league right now. Whatever. No, that's not right. That's not the right statistic there. Still, 90.5 isn't bad. It's above Cam Newton, who a lot of us, including myself, wanted to pick up this offseason. It's above the other rookie, Joe Burrow. It's above Mitch Trubisky, who just got benched. It's above Kyler Murray, who's having a great season. Here's our guy, Tyrod Taylor, in his 1 game. So it's significantly higher than Tyrod in his start. Higher than Cousins. Higher than Carson Wentz, but he's looked like garbage. He's higher than a lot of other quarterbacks here. And I think that number can go up. That number can go up if the Chargers figure out a way to fix this offensive line, for the love of God. I feel like Justin Herbert has been, running for his life a lot these past few games. Give him a little bit more time in the pocket. I think he'll be fine. The point of this entire video here, why am I showing you guys stats, flexing stats and stuff like that? It's not something you see a lot, just because, again, like I said, there's so many other factors that come into play, when it comes to the success of a quarterback. But why am I doing this? It's because I'm very worried that after week 4, Anthony Lynn may bench Justin Herbert. I don't like this. You take a look here. We got Tyrod Taylor's stats still right here. Okay? Tyrod Taylor, 208 yards in 1 game. All right? 100 yards less than Justin Herbert, his first game, with no practice. A heads up of 5 minutes. He's got how many attempts here for Tyrod Taylor? 30 attempts, 16 completions. Yikes. Not great. Take a look at his QBR of 75, no touchdowns. I just can't, man. I feel like Justin Herbert gives us the best chance to succeed. I feel like Justin Herbert will be breaking records his rookie year if we do start him the remainder of the season. I really do. And what it all comes down to, because stats are fun, stats are nice, whatever. What it all comes down to, what these stats scream to me, what my eyeballs scream to me, because these are just stats, but other things that I've talked about in my other videos, those are equally as important. Stepping up in the pocket, his progression, his cadence, a lot of stuff has been improving with every snap. Okay, but just strictly talking off of his stats, Justin Herbert is our best chance to win this year. And I know he's dropped the last 2 games. A lot of people will say out of his control, penalties, not of his fault. It did not land on the shoulders of Justin Herbert. But I still feel like he gives us the best chance to win. We have to fix everything around Justin Herbert. I'm more concerned about the coaching. I'm more concerned about the penalties. I'm more concerned about the turnovers. Fix those. Because you got a crazy good quarterback that fell in your lap at the draft, and to stint his progression because we can't get it together around him isn't fair. It's not fair to him. There's no fairness in football. What you do is what you do. But to Justin Herbert, this incredible, draft pickup that we got, I want to see him succeed. And I think the first step to that is fixing the problems around him. Because I don't think Justin Herbert is the problem. I think Justin Herbert's going to break some records. I think Justin Herbert is going to give us a good chance at the playoffs. I think Justin Herbert is the answer to the Chargers' prayers when it comes to quarterback. That's all. That's my opinion. So guys, in the comment section below, let me know what you think. This was me just kind of rapping with you guys, a little bit of a longer video, but at the same time, I'm very excited about Justin Herbert. I'm excited for his potential, and I really want to see that continue through this year. But it can't happen if we bench him for Tyrod. Don't do it. Justin Herbert is a quarterback now. He's the solution for right now. He's the answer for right now. We should keep him in right now because he's more than proven that he is going to learn with every snap. He's the hands-on learner rather than the sit and wait. Guys, this video is already too long. Guys, if you like this video, hit us up with a like and sub on your way out. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. And as always, bolt up and stay frosty.